Hi guys, Sportsier News Briefs. Ghana overcomes South Korea in second thriller of the day. Cameroon and Serbia shared points in a 6-goal thriller. Messi denies Inter Miami rumours. Saul Canelo Alvarez calls out Lionel Messi for disrespecting Mexico. Heading restricted for Scottish teams to minimise brain injury risk. Pakistan vs England. Mark Wood ruled out of opening test due to hip injury. Mick Beale. Rangers set to appoint QPR boss after Giovanni van Bronckhorst sacking. Now the news in detail. Cameroon and Serbia shared points in a 6-goal thriller. Cameroon and Serbia shared points after a 6-goal thriller, which means Cameroon sit third on 1-point level with the Serbs. Rigobert Song's team looked almost dead and buried after goals from Strahinja Pavlovic, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic and Aleksandar Mitrovic gave Serbia a 3-1 lead early in the second half. But substitute Vincent Abubakar and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting snatched a draw with 2 quick-fire strikes just after the hour mark to leave both Cameroon and Serbia on a single point, 2 behind group leaders Brazil and Switzerland. Had they lost, Cameroon would have been relying on the Swiss beating Brazil in order to not be eliminated with a game to spare, but instead the West Africans still have a chance of getting out of the group stage for the first time since 1990. Cameroon have a tough task ahead as they play Brazil in their final match, which according to reports they will play without first-choice goalkeeper Andre Onana, who was dropped from the matchday squad just hours before kick-off following an unspecified disciplinary issue. Media reports suggest that Onana has been sent home from the World Cup after a disagreement with Song, but that pre-match turmoil didn't stop Cameroon putting in a fighting display against a Serbia team who probably deserved to win on the balance of play. Mitrovic was almost invisible in Serbia's defeat to Brazil, but here he was involved from kick-off. The Fulham forward unlucky not to give Serbia the lead in the 11th minute when he crashed a shot off the post from a tight angle following a neat exchange of passes with Dusan Tadic. Messi denies Inter Miami rumours. The Times reports that Inter Miami are close to agreeing a deal with Leo Messi to sign him for next season. His entourage, according to Sport, denies it. Thus, a hypothetical renewal with Paris Saint-Germain or a return to Barcelona would not be ruled out. Saul Canelo Alvarez calls out Lionel Messi for disrespecting Mexico. Boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez has accused Lionel Messi of insulting Mexico after Argentina won their World Cup clash 2-0 on Saturday. The Paris Saint-Germain forward scored a brilliant opening goal to set the Albicelestes on their way to a crucial victory after losing their first match 2-1 to Japan. Argentina showed their celebrations in the dressing room on social media in the aftermath of the match, with Messi angering Mexico supporters. The footage showed a Mexico shirt on the floor in front of where Messi was sitting, and the Argentina forward caught the Mexican shirt with his foot as he kicked off his boot. And it angered Alvarez, who has won multiple world championship fights in 4 weight classes, with the Guadalajara-born boxer claiming Messi showed disrespect by leaving the Mexico shirt on the floor. Heading restricted for Scottish teams to minimise brain injury risk. Heading for professional footballers in Scotland is to be restricted to 1 training session a week under new guidelines aimed at reducing the risk of long-term brain injuries. Players will be banned from heading the day before and after a match, but there remains no restriction on heading during games. The guidelines put in place by the Scottish Football Association (SFA) come after Glasgow University research that showed former footballers were 3.5 times more likely to die from brain disease. Pakistan vs England. Mark Wood ruled out of opening test due to hip injury. England fast bowler Mark Wood has been ruled out of the opening test against Pakistan due to a hip injury sustained at the T20 World Cup. Wood missed the semi-final and final of England's T20 World Cup triumph in Australia and was rested from last week's training camp in Abu Dhabi. The 32-year-old was hoping be fit to feature in the series opener, beginning in Rawalpindi on Thursday, although head coach Brendan McCullum has confirmed that Wood will not be involved. Mick Beale. Rangers set to appoint QPR boss after Giovanni van Bronckhorst sacking. Mick Beale is close to finalising an agreement to become Rangers boss, with an announcement expected as early as Monday. The 42-year-old has arrived at the club's training ground to complete his move from QPR after being granted permission to hold talks. It is understood Beale, who has maintained good relations with the club since his departure as coach last November, will be joined by coaches Damien Matthew, Harry Watling and Neil Banfield at Ibrox. For more sports updates, please keep watching our YouTube channel Sportsia or visit our Twitter handle.